setup. So, however, we are about ready here for that VVVVVV glitchless any percent race being run by MetroidCrime and IndyVillain. When you're ready, guys, take it away.
All right, hey everybody. My name is March, and today I will be doing commentary for IndyVillain versus MetroidCrime and VVVVVV. So, Crime and Indy, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey everyone, I'm MetroidCrime. Love this game. Very excited to be racing Indy once again at such a great event.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having us. I'm also excited. I'm Indy. We've done several of these, and they're always fun. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Alrighty, well, if you guys are ready, we can go ahead and get right into it. You guys, runners, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is VVVVV, a platformer game from 2010, kind of made to look like an old school Atari game. In this game, we are transported into Dimension V, and we need to find our way back after finding our crew members. Controls are very simple. We got left, right, and flip. So flip will flip gravity. Basically, you can only flip gravity when your feet are on the ground. So once you flip, you're kind of stuck. Right out of the gate, we have a 2-frame window here to get through traffic jam. Oh, unfortunately, Crime didn't quite make the thing.
Gosh.
See if she goes for it a second time. Will not go for the second time. So this game is very, very cycle based. So you'll see all these like moving doodads that you have to avoid, and they're all on set cycles. So the runners are very familiar with exactly where this all the objects will be, and so they they get very familiar with very specific tricks to get past them. And it's kind of cruel that one of the very hardest ones in the entire game is right there at the start. Very frequent reset spot, but not a huge time loss there. I think we're still quite close here. So you can see a lot of flipping, a lot of these breakaway platforms are the kind of the gimmick of the first level. Every level that we go to is going to have some kind of gimmick, yeah. So looks like Indy is through the first level, and Crime is right there behind. So very, very close still. Basically no time loss there, even though Crime missed traffic. I'm actually not sure what Indy might have missed.
I went back on the platform at the orb room on accident.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, runners still neck and neck. So as I mentioned at the start, these two have been racing each other for a long time now. They've both been running this game for about a year. They've been racing each other about once a week or so. But in marathons, this is their 5th appearance. And right now, there are 3 games to Indy, 1 game to Crime. So Crime obviously wants to get back into that, because even though they race weekly, these are the ones that truly count, of course. So right now, both runners are in the overworld. So the notable thing about the overworld is that they're going to be buffering their jumps as they move around here. So basically, if you hold the flip button down right before you land, you'll do a frame perfect flip, which is good for moving around. They are moving into Space Station 2 here, which is the hardest, generally regarded as the hardest level that you choose. So basically, there's 4 levels that you can choose to go to. They elect to go to the hardest ones first. Obviously, it's a bigger deal when you're doing PB attempts and you can reset, but I think just out of habit, they're going to stick with that. So the main gimmick here is these moving platforms, which they both are ripping past the skeletons. Did not kiss the skeletons, which is very good. So it's worth mentioning that this game has very momentum-based physics. So it takes a minute to come up to full speed, and it takes not a minute, but it's basically, you can imagine that the whole game is like ice physics. So you're always sliding. And you missed cloud skip, but Crime got it, so Crime's actually going to pull into the lead there. It's a very tight trick there involving a buffer flip, but again, very, very small lead, but a lead nonetheless, coming out of the cloud room there. So yeah, icy physics, very slidey. So a lot of these, things that kind of maybe look a little easy, but then once you try to do it yourself, you're kind of like, oh wow, okay, that's actually. And then the conveyor belts in this level really add an extra element of, you really have to carefully control your momentum as you go. So yeah, both runners neck and neck right now. This is great. Love to see it. You'll notice the runners hitting these checkpoints as they go, these little C markers. Basically, doesn't really cost you much time to take them, but you do sometimes have to go out of your way. very fast down under room there from Crime and from Indy. So sometimes they have to balance grabbing the checkpoint or just ignoring it and hoping they don't die. Obviously, I think given this is a marathon setting, they'll be going for those a bit more than normal, but all the same, I also know that they want to win, so I think they'll be pushing the envelope as far as they can. So now that they're done with Space Station 2, they're actually going to be going on to what's generally regarded the easiest level in the game, which is the tower. Now, the reason they go to the tower is because the level after this will be the first intermission, and they want to make sure they have basically the next crew member that they rescue will be with them in the intermission, and so they want to rescue Vermilion because he talks the least of the bunch. So they want to go ahead and rescue Vermilion now so that the intermission will be slightly shorter. So the reason why this one is generally regarded as the easiest is that it is basically an auto-scroller. It does still have some speed tech though. Well, for one, they got to make sure, as I mentioned, there's some slidey physics, so it is easy to kind of lose yourself and slide into the spikes. But for two, there's going to be some intentional death warping that will kind of move the camera forward. You can see Crime there and Indy both get the first death warp. It does pause the camera, but then it makes the camera jump ahead. So if you do it quickly, it is a net gain in time. There's going to be 6 of them. I think there's a 7th that the task does, but humans don't do it. Oh, unfortunate misstep there from Crime.
Oh, my game stuttered.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Worst.
Both getting the other death warps, though, so on my screen, that puts Indy slightly in the lead, but it's so slight that it's like not even worth mentioning, really. These runners basically neck and neck. So through the death warping parts, if we do have any donations or any other announcements, now would be a great time as we wrap up the tower.
I just remind everyone, this is a very fast race, and we have that Super Mario Odyssey coming up with the bid war to decide if Mario is in his boxers or going to be Modest, and currently Modest is winning at $7 to $4. If you want Mario in his boxers, you have to donate fast.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. I would think boxers would be ahead by a mile. All right, so both runners are rescuing our buddy Vermilion, and now we're heading into the first intermission. So the way the first intermission is going to work is that when our feet is on the ground, Vermilion will follow us, and when our feet are on the ceiling, Vermilion will stay where he is. So we have to kind of manage him by making him move towards us, but he has the same slippery ice physics that we do, so we need to make sure that he doesn't slide off into spikes, and make sure we don't slide off into spikes. And yeah, as you can see, it can get a little challenging. So you got to massage him through those orbs there. Harder than it looks. Same with this screen as well. Got to make sure that you stop him just before he gets hit by the spikes. Now they are going to be going for top route here. So on this next screen, they're going to try to get through here without having to go underneath first. We'll see. Not this. The screen after this. They do got to make sure not to kill Vermilion. Very nicely done. And now they're going to be going for top route here. Let's see here, Indy. Oh, a little short.
No.
Both runners are a little short. Both taking another shot at it.
Oh, got it.
Top route. Let's go. Indy's giving up on top route and electing to go for the traditional bottom route here. So Crime will take a pretty healthy lead there. That was.
Oh my god, I'm shaking.
Else. Yeah.
Great job.
Thanks.
It's not over yet, but now coming into the last little falling behind room here is pretty much straightforward. And both running, I mean, still very, very close though. It definitely does put Crime in a bit of a lead, but there's a lot of video game to happen still. So yeah. So now both runners are going to be making their way over to the warp zone. The warp zone, the main mechanic, the main gimmick in the warp zone is that we have these wrapping screens. They kind of wrap. Are we saying hi to Vermilion? I'm guessing so. So hi, Vermilion.
Bye, Vermilion.
So the warp zone has these wrapping screens that are kind of like you have in Pac-Man or Asteroids, but it's a little unclear where they are, where they wrap and where they don't wrap. So obviously once you play the game a while, you know exactly where to go, but it's a little confusing to watch at first. And then we also have these like warp points as you see the runners picking them up. But the thing that's crazy about the warp zone is that we have all of these cycles, and the cycles normally, if you mess up a cycle, you can kind of leave the room and come back. and they will reset to the way you're familiar with them. But you can't do that in Warp Zone because you're stuck in each room once you're in there. So if things go off the rails, you have to kind of improvise. And on top of that, it has some of the hardest cycles in the game. So Warp Zone things can definitely go off the rails here, but of course we're rooting for both runners to have clean Warp Zones. The start of it is mostly just kind of navigating as you kind of see Crime and Indy getting through here comfortably, but very nice obey room.
Thank you.
Crime.
For a quick donation?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we have $10 from Austin that says Boxers for Life.
Let's go. Boxers in the lead.
And that does bring Boxers to the lead. It is $14 for Boxers to $7 for Modesty. So
Very nice.
currently, Boxers is in the lead again.
Let's go. Boxer hype. All right, so now Crime is about to come up to the Heart Room. So in the Heart Room, this was a very nasty cycle. The Broken Heart Room is even nastier. She gets through it no problem, though. Very nice Warp Zone from Crime. She wants this win badly.
Definitely.
She wants this win very badly. Now Indy is in the Heart Room as well. So the Heart Room, again, it's the same deal. If things die, then you have to really improvise. Very nice Heart Room from Indy. Indy is not giving this game up at all. But now we are into the Gravitron. So this is one of the more infamous parts of this game and the speedrun. The Gravitron, we're going to be bouncing back and forth for a full minute, dodging obstacles that are coming out basically at random. They are on a kind of a pattern, but the exact positions are still randomized. There will be checkpoints every 5 seconds, so if we die here, we'll go up to the closest multiple of 5. And then the scariest part will be the 30 to 20 second range where things are truly random. So you can kind of see how they're kind of on a pattern right now, in these sort of wavy sort of lines from the left, and then they're going to come from the right. But then, yeah, once we hit 30 seconds here, coming up for Crime, now things are going to be truly random from both sides. Very nice 30-second mark. Crime, both runners doing very well here. Oh, death from Indy. I'm not sure what time that was on Indy's side. Oh, Crime into the last 5, 29. Okay. There's a very short death there from Crime as well. And Crime's through. Wow. That was a very nice grab. One very short death. Oh, another death there from Indy. Crime is pulling into the lead here slowly but surely, but there's still a couple levels to go here. Indy is through as well, so that was a very clean grab from both players. Crime with a slightly cleaner grab. You can tell she definitely wants this for sure.
I had to take an intentional death on that grab too, because I knew I wasn't gonna make it. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Wild. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but these runners, their PBs are within a second. It's almost half a second between these two players, and both players are pretty much on the verge of PBing. They're both very, they've pushed their sum of best down. They've been playing great lately. Crime's been maybe a bit more active in this game lately, so I think that's another reason why she really wants to take this game. But yeah, now we're into the lab. So the funny thing about the lab is that I think they kind of assume you would come here first because it introduces this line flipping mechanic, which is what the Gravitron used. So they kind of assume that you would already know that before you got to the Gravitron. But generally regarded as the easiest level in the game, which is why we save it for last. But yeah, when you touch these lines, it automatically flips you. Vibrating string problem. This room can be a bit of a jerk, but much nicer there for Crime than her last attempt that I saw.
Yep.
And yeah, the rest of this should be fine. Let's see how string problem handles for Indy. No problem there. So that will be a bit of a time save for Indy. And yeah, both runners wrapping up here. Indy just needs to get the chord room. I always freak out at the chord room, the difficult chord, because I cannot get through that room to save my life. But both these runners get through there like it's nothing. And that will be the lab, and now we are already onto the final zone. So all of our crew members have been rescued, and but the dimension has been destabilized, and now we need to rescue ourselves. Very deep, very philosophical.
I just got an IL on that.
Oh wow,
Oh,
nice gold there from Indy. Oh wow, yeah,
Loves to.
these. I don't want to comment on the pace that these runners are on, but they are doing very well right now. I will say that much. So yeah, into the last level. So this brings back gimmicks from all the other levels. You can kind of see we got a little warp zone sort of action coming here. Some strings from labs. We'll have some auto scrollers from tower. Some conveyor belts from Space Station 2. We get some breadsticks. There we go. Let's go. Who ordered the breadsticks? Crime did. Now we'll see if we can get this little sneaky.
Wow, that is brutal.
Oh, I missed it.
I just.
Oh, the yes room. This yes pattern can be so difficult. Crime having a little trouble there on the Voon show room. It's also very difficult. I think she went for the frame perfect trick, which is a very difficult little pattern.
Yeah.
But oh, another death there from Indy. Oof, spikes are giving him some problems here. Now Crime is into time slip. So this room is deceptively difficult. You've got the sliding mechanics, you've got the moving guys, and you've got the conveyor belts, but she gets through it no problem. Oh, little death there on Three's Company. Oh, this little
Oh my gosh. Oh no, come on.
Oh, just gotta focus. Oh no. Deep breaths. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta calm down and get through it the slow way. Nerves are getting to Crime a little bit here, but she's got quite the lead though on Indy, but it's evaporating quickly here. Into the panic room. Everyone calm down. We need to just everyone calm down.
Don't
take
panic.
Deep breaths.
Just don't
panic.
panic.
Don't panic in the panic room, you guys. There's no panicking in the panic room. Okay.
How about a quick donation for luck?
Absolutely.
We have $6 from Comfy Panda with no comment. Thank you so much. But they did donate towards Mario in his boxers.
Let's go.
So that is going very well so far.
Boxer hype. And Crime is into the last room here. Just a couple little flips, one last little trinket, and VVVVVV. And time is coming up very soon for Crime, and will be when it says all crew members are rescued. And time. Wow. What a close race that was.
It's so close, so close.
Oh, man.
Time's about to come up for Indy as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was PB pace for both runners. No, not for Crime, not for IndyVillain, but it was for Crime, and that's time for IndyVillain.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh. Finale, I was so close to PB pace there.
Yeah, I was like I didn't want to jinx anything. I was watching your splits. I was like, oh man, oh no, I should just shut up. But I can't shut up because I'm doing commentary. Still, sub 16 from Crime. That is absolutely amazing for a marathon. No reset run. Absolutely incredible. And Indy with the 16:13 is no slouch whatsoever. Very great runs from both runners. You guys should both feel absolutely proud of those runs.
Thank you very much. Thank you for doing commentary for us again. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
My pleasure, as always. 100%.
Any quick shout outs y'all want to do?
Sure. Shout outs to my community, MetroidCrime Universe, for being super supportive of both of us and our endeavors to race this game. Also, huge shout outs to Lady Arcaders. Y'all are awesome. And obviously, thank you, March. And Indy, it's always a pleasure to race against you.
Yeah, no, absolutely the same. I mean, same shout outs for me, basically. Thank you for having us here at Power Up with Pride as well. We love this event, and we'll be in chat. How about you, March?
Yeah, same deal. Same Power Up with Pride. Thank you guys so much for having us. Great cause, awesome marathon, and happy to be commentating. And where can we find you guys streaming?
You can find me at twitch.tv/MetroidCrime. You can find me as MetroidCrime or Metroid_crime on several social media services. So, come by, come check us out. I race this game with Indy all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You can find me at twitch.tv/IndyVillain or working behind the scenes at Lady Arcaders.
And you can find me at March_TV on Twitch. I do not run this game, but I love it quite a bit, and I love to do commentary for you guys. So, GG's to both y'all. Very good race.
Thank you.
GG's, gamers.
Good job, and thank you so much for that run, for that race even. It was awesome, and edge of my seat the whole time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around. Wasn't that such it was an amazing race. It was so hype. I was on the edge of my seat watching it the whole time. Give it up again for those runners and for all of our awesome runners. But also, thanks to you, chat, for being here. Whether you're able to donate or not, we appreciate you. We did have a couple more donations come in. We have $25 from Coyotic. Says, you're released, but your custody calls and I want to be free. Don't you want to be free? I didn't know how to sing it. I hope that was good. Thank you so much for that donation. And that means with that donation, Mario in his boxers is very much in the lead now. $45 to $7. So we're about to close up that bid war. Technically, the Modesty, Mario Modest, could come in and take over, but right now it's looking like he's going to be in his boxers. You can, of course, try to snipe it last minute, ! Donate, put those donations in towards the incentives, but maybe you're happy with him being in his boxers. You want him to run around in Odyssey just in his boxers. That's great. You can still put your donations towards other things. We do have, of course, after Super Mario Odyssey Taka 2%, we're going to have that Final Fantasy IV free enterprise run, and you can choose names for characters. The top 12 character names from that bid war will be chosen, and currently we are at 8 character names, so you can get the names in that you want. Or maybe you just want to support one of the names we have. Up to you. You can put your donations towards any of those. I do want to make sure I mention, if you're making a new character suggestion name for Final Fantasy IV free enterprise, the limit is 6 characters per name, so keep that in mind.